very excited to dive into this subject and get to learn all about this game. I'm certainly a sucker for any game that has a katana in it, so I'm excited to learn more. Alongside me is my co-host, Ben. Give yourself a little introduction, Ben.
Hey everyone, welcome to the space. Super excited to be here. Marwan and I have been chatting about this for a little bit of time, and obviously we roped in the rest of the team, so we've been excited about this, planning this, and yeah, hopefully it should be a nice little pre-holiday AMA for you all. Really excited here.
Likewise, also very excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. Also very excited to be here and talk about Neo Tokyo and KatanaInu. Yeah, let's rock it, guys.
Let's rock it. Just before we get rolling, big shout out to our sponsor, Playa3ull, sponsoring the AMA team as well as the podcast. So big shout out to Playa3ull Games. You can follow them at Playa3ull Games, or playable.games is their website. That's a 3 instead of a B if you're typing that in. So huge shout out to them.
What's up, crypto gamers? Huge shout out to our sponsor, Playa3ull. They are inspired by gamers and funded by their community. They've got an epic game on the Epic Game Store, a third-person shooter called Nexus. Go check that out. And they're also selling nodes, folks. So if you're interested in that, go and hop on their website. It's playable.games, playable.games, and that is a 3 instead of a B, folks. Brace for impact, gamers, and prepare yourself for the sacrifice zone with Shrapnel. The world's first moddable AAA extraction-based shooter, built by a legendary, award-winning team behind some of your favorite games like Call of Duty and Halo. And they are kicking off 2024 with an absolute banger. People are finally going to be able to get their hands on Shrapnel during their early access season. And they are giving away $3 million worth of prizes. So buckle your chin straps and get ready to dive in and try and get your piece of the prize.
See, we got the KatanaInu account up. Let's get this ball rolling. So first thing first, we've got a lot of people in here who are familiar with KatanaInu, but I'm sure we've got some people who have wandered in who don't know about the game. So please set the scene for us. What is KatanaInu?
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much again. Everyone also participating in this call. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Sure, yeah. So I am the founder and CEO of KatanaInu, and Hamza is the COO of KatanaInu. Is also here as a speaker. I would love to introduce you to KatanaInu. It will take some minutes, so take some popcorn and whatever needed. And then after that, we can talk about gaming and whatever, and talking about different topics. Love to. So first of all, I would love to introduce myself. I am 34 years old. I am from Germany, so I grew up in Germany, entrepreneur, so over 12 years already. And I love like watching animes. I love gaming, and did over 8 million 8 figures of revenue so far before KatanaInu. So I'm very experienced in making companies and create something in this let's say, digital marketing world. So far, because of my experience in my, let's say, as a Photoshop expert and also in digital marketing, had agencies and many things before. So as a gamer, anime watcher, as a graphic designer, I created a game like KatanaInu because it is a vision for myself, and also talk to many people to create a game that is for directly for fun. And I was excited about the idea, and then we just worked on that and created it. We started 2021, so let's say 2.5 years ago, and finally we raised $7.5 million from there. And it was really good with 24 venture capitals, with IDOs and so on. So the token also launched, and you can also check on CoinMarketCap, whatever. So yeah, other things are combined and making a game for the mass adoption. So basically, KatanaInu is focusing on a game that's fun to play, a game that is based on most successful games on Web 2, but also have a unique gameplay like sword fighting with spell attacks and so on. of course, with high quality graphics. It's on PC and consoles. So you can imagine like Apex Legends and maybe Fortnite, but with let's say with anime like gaming, like sword fighting and spell attacks, shooting fire, shooting ice, and so on, jumping and dodge left and right, and so on. Also, what we also have, of course, are memes here. So we also integrating Dogecoin. We have integrated Shiba Inu, Pepe, and so on. Of course, our own character KatanaInu. So we are doing different things to create a game that's really makes fun and bringing my background, my kids. So my kids, sorry. So our idea is to bring the mass adoption, to make let's say a game that's bring Web2 gamers to Web3, that's really bring many millions of players for Web3 space to play together. We also doing let's say esports. We do tournaments. Other things you can imagine like a Web2 game we are doing on Web3 as well. So so we are here to make a statement and working hard to and develop a great game and bring, let's say, value to the space. We also creating 3D models and characters. Example, we have a beautiful polygon 3D model in our game as well. You can just watch in our, let's say, Telegram or Twitter. You can scroll down and see what we are building so far. We also creating for different chains also in 3D model, which will be integrated in our game. And it will be also on their chain. Let's say Polygon character on Polygon chain and so on. So the idea behind it is really crazy. And also the vision behind it is something unique. And if you want to know of our current stage, it is a closed beta game currently, and we are focusing to make the open beta very soon, hopefully. So our game development is also, let's say, the studio are sitting in Lithuania, in Europa, and we're working with them hand in hand and trying to make a really amazing game for the space. So if you want to know about, let's say, about the game itself, how that works, like we have like 1 versus 1, 3 versus 3, 5 versus 5, and like Valorant, like Counter-Strike. I think you know these games. And the next step also will be in the next step. So let's say after the open beta will be the Battle Royale mode, like Fortnite. But this will take, of course, a bit more time because it's a huge game. So the next step, what we are doing currently, so if you talk right now, we have the bug fixing for let's say the higher stage of the closed beta with new animations, with new map, many backend work like player progression, party system, and many things. So I think you can imagine what kind of game we are building here, and I would love to make the game for the space, to make also play to earn mechanism here also integrating in this game. So if you want to know how it's going to work is first of all, it's a game it's on chain based game, so like NFTs and so on, ownership and other things, of course. And we are a free to play game that everyone can directly play the game without any barrier. So they come and make an account, like email, password, and let's say we also will work with IMX, so Immutable X, and so on, and just Discord connecting or connecting with Gmail, and they just can play the game and have fun. Additionally, if they want, they can have the play to earn mechanics. So play to earn mechanics work like that. You need to hold NFTs and tokens. You need to play some time. You need to have some kills and so on in the game. You need to do something, be active. Do nothing, you will earn nothing. This is good. So, and with the ranking system we have, and also with the different ranking rarities of the NFTs, you can even earn more if you rank higher and so on. So it's also a skill-based game, and we are also eliminating pay to win. So we are not a pay-to-win game. So what we have is free-to-play, play to earn. Not a pay-to-win game. and also, let's say, a skill-based game. So we're covering all the important things what a game makes really fun to play. Why we are doing it, we had a lot of research about it, talking to many people and said, what is the most important thing to make a game to make success? And these are the parts to make a game success. This is the key of successful. I think a lot of things we will also develop. We have a marketplace. We have a wallet system as well. Like you can have after the, let's say, registration yourself, in backend, it will create an automatically wallet address. So we're also going multi-chain. So we will work with IMX, we will work with Polygon, with Beam, with Avalanche, and all the other chains we will work in future. So if you want to know, okay, but how you want to do that? It's simple. If you are in a server with, let's say 10 or 20 players, whatever, one player are playing with a Polygon character on Polygon chain, other one is playing with, let's say, Avalanche character, Avalanche chain, or Avalanche NFTs, whatever. So the game will fetch the NFTs they have, and they can still play in the same server. So there are not separated chains, you know what I mean? So it's very simple, and this is also very great for the chains, because chains loving on-chain data. They are loving bring more NFTs, more community members to the chain, and so on, more TVLs, more transactions, and this is what we can provide them. With our game, if we focus on Web2 players to play the KatanaInu game, which is amazing, like high-quality game, which makes fun to play, and so on. And from there on, we are bringing these players to that chain with the different NFTs and transaction and so on. Yeah, so tournaments, esports, of course, everything is included. I hope you enjoyed and had a beautiful popcorn round. Yeah, this is very short KatanaInu introduction. I hope you like it, and any questions, I'm here. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. You set a good scene for us. I think we have a nice point to launch in from. To take just a quick step back, I would love if we've got Trevor and Hamza up here as well. Would love to hear a little bit of your introduction, your role when you joined the team, etc.
Sure. So, hi guys, I'm Hamza. I'm the COO of KatanaInu. We have been working since March. So, I've been with the team since the start of the project. Very excited. Now, things are coming along. Very soon, we'll have some good news around it. So, very excited. And thank you. Thanks a lot for inviting us here for the AMA today.
You're very welcome, Hamza. Trevor, a little introduction for you.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Trevor Powers, and originally I came from the Hollywood side of acting, came over to Web3 about 2020, became ambassador with Gutter Cat Gang 2021. From there, we started putting on the events and GutterCon and everything, and just been enjoying Web3 since.
And then when did you get involved with the KatanaInu team?
Actually, I just discovered them today.
Beautiful.
Oh, right on. So you're whatchamacallit, not actually a part of the KatanaInu team.
I am not.
Oh, well, Trevor, appreciate you joining us here today. We're gonna get on rolling with the KatanaInu side, but thanks for sharing a little bit of your story. Marwan, you covered a large aspect of both the games, the economy, a little bit of the history. I'd love to drill down on just the game itself. If we were approaching it, not as a Web3 gamer, but just as a gamer, what should we expect? What's the gameplay like? If we could do a deep dive on that portion, I think that'd be great.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, of course, I would love to explain about that very short, not that long before. So if you're asking like how the game expect, it is like you can it's a 1 versus 1, like until 5 versus 5, like a team deathmatch, and also battle royale. So it's a skill-based game that you can run in the game like Fortnite, and swing with your sword and VFX attacks and so on. It's a different approach than our Fortnite, of course, because in Fortnite you have weapons, but we don't have weapons. We have swords and VFX attacks. So this is more like let's say an anime-based game and so on. Let me know if I answered your question on that.
I add something about it. So
Yes, please, Hamza. Thank you.
it doesn't matter if you're a Web3 gamer or you're a Web2 gamer. One thing you can expect whenever you'll play the game, you'll have fun. You'll have a awesome time playing the game. That's for sure. And the game is like person versus person. We have multiple modes like Marwan stated, 1 versus 1, 3 versus 3, 5 versus 5, and we'll have a battle royale next year where 60 people will compete with each other. So fun to play, free to play. You don't need to have any NFT or anything to play the game. You can just go out there and have fun.
Yes, and also basically to add something on that is also for Web2 and Web3 is also the skin ownership of NFTs, of course, the transaction of the chains and so on, working with the chains, bringing on the mass adoption, so all the things. That's why it's a game that's for bringing Web2 to Web3. So, and if you don't have any NFTs or any tokens or whatever, you can still play the game. And but in future, in any game, one day they wanna buy in skin, like let's say because someone looks better, have a better weapon or better, let's say, skin, and they wanna purchase it in the market, and this they need to learn then of the NFTs. This is the difference of that.
And to drill down just a bit deeper on the gameplay portion of things, what's the combat system like? What's sort of the game loop? Are people trying to upgrade their characters? Is it just simple, more like a Fortnite battle royale where you're just trying to get that dub? Again, from a gamer's perspective, what should they expect when they go and boot up KatanaInu for the first time?
So basically, it's a skill based game, more like Fortnite, where you fight each other, but you can learn different skills while you play the game. And it's melee fighting, VFX effects, high adrenaline action. So that's the gameplay like, and it's very fast paced. So you cannot sleep in the game, it's very fast. People can come to you very fast, they can hook. We have grappling hook where you can do the grappling hook and you can fly around the map. So it's very fast paced and it's like more of a skill based, a very competitive game.
Yes, additionally to your question regarding the upgrading of the characters and so on, it's not like that. It's a bit different. So what we have also forging, you can forge your weapons to make a new weapon, whatever, like higher ranks. Of course, you can also buy in the market just different rarities, like from uncommon, mythical, or legendary, or immortal. And of course, we have these rarities as well in our game.
And say I'd like to upgrade one of my weapons. What sort of mechanic goes into that? Is there resources that I need to acquire? Is it wins I need to have, or is it the token or NFTs?
That's a very good question. So, if you want to upgrade your NFT, you'll have to forge. And the NFTs you forge will be very high, like immortal or legendary only. So, you need to have one of the forging collections NFTs and the NFT you are playing with currently and some Carter tokens so you can make it and turn it to a better looking, visually, a better priced NFT.
Okay, and on the game side, can you tell us a little bit about your development team? How was the game built? Was it an internal team? Was it an external team? A hybrid? We've got a lot of builders here at Neo Tokyo who are building games and other projects themselves. So we always try and give some insights from a builder's perspective.
Great. Good question as well. For this, of course, we are working with a studio which is in Lithuania and Europa, and it's, let's say, an external team, but also they also have, let's say, a small investment in us, so they are also interested to make this very big with us together. So this kind of team have experience over 10 years in gaming field. They have also, let's say, not developed big games like Call of Duty or, let's say, like Blizzard or something, but they still have very good experience in gaming. That's why we also have a good game. So I think you can, if you check the game itself, you can imagine self that they're doing a great job. And yeah, that's a team from the development team of the game. Of course, we have also a blockchain team, which also sitting on different, let's say, UK and also in different Asia worlds. And we're working with them hand in hand, and they're working with a blockchain team that development team of the game and so on, and we are working with them. Let's say we are 3 parties, so me, Hamza, and the marketing team and the founders team, and also the team with game developers, and then the blockchain team.
And also, I would like to tell you here that every skin that you see in our game, every character that you see in our game are designed in house very closely to be more fun, more engaging for the gamers. So if you see our skins or our weapons, you will find them very unique or different from others because it's totally done in house very closely, and that's why our community gets excited about it too.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the characters. I think you guys have been doing a good job integrating, some Web3 favorites. Obviously, you've got Sheeb and Doge and now Pepe. So you've really been hitting the meme side of things. Could you tell us a little bit about your partnering strategy and why you went with the meme route? Obviously, you'll be incorporating other games as well, but would love to get an idea for the audience of your partnering strategy for the characters and integration into the game.
So, whenever we are partnering up with the project, first we look at the community, how good and strong their community is, how we can work together, how open they are for like different marketing activities going along the line. Of course, Polygon and other partnerships that we have done, they are very, very big projects, but we are open to like smaller projects as well, partnering with them, creating accessories like necklace or backpacks. Lot of other stuff or different skins can be done, and we would like to offer Neo Tokyo as well, in-game character if they want, and we can create fun one and we can make it rock it with together.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I certainly sound like the sound of that. You'll actually have to reach out to Chronicle, who's in our audience. He runs, the partnerships. He just announced a bunch of really, really cool partnerships just the last couple of days. So definitely touch base with Chronicle to see if that's something that you guys can get set up on the partnership side. Would love to discuss a little bit on the management of an external dev team. How'd you go about finding this dev team? And then if you could give us a little insight again for the builders in the audience of what it's like to manage an external dev team and sort of the pros and cons of doing it in-house versus out of studio, so to speak.
I love this question. It's a beautiful question. I would love to answer this. And Hamza, you can after if you want, or you can after you, Hamza. So, yeah, this is a great question again. And the thing is here, both have, let's say, advantages and disadvantages to work with an external team or internal team. First of all, internal team, it needs to find a lot of different, let's say, developers and find, okay, what you can, what you cannot, and so on, and sit together and work and test it out, okay? And we done it before for a marketplace, and it was not good enough, so I was not satisfied. So in my personally experience, it is better to get a team that's already working minimum 3-5 years before together, and they know what they can. You don't need to teach them first and so on. And this is more easier to and faster to make a game, or it doesn't matter whatever it is, and make it faster ready. And how we found them, of course, I did a lot of research in the beginning 2021 in April and May and so on. So let's say about 2.5 years ago. And it was very hard and rough time for me because I need to test them out. Okay, what you can need to pay them for my private funds. I need to pay them first. Okay, what you can do. Okay, make a game for me like 5K. Okay, not good enough. Next one and so on. And it takes time. Okay, and you need to do that. You need to invest. You need to risk. And someday it's worth it. Just do it, and it's coming one day that you find the right studio. So because after that, you will find another one and you will get new connection, and then new connection and new connection. And then one day you will find the right one. So it takes time, of course. I need to go to Upwork on different kind of websites who are offering game developments and so on. So, but finally we found one, and also the game development studio is only making the game. Then we have another team, I forget to mention, is the trailer maker and animations. And all the beautiful graphics you can see, the 3D models and so on, are from another team, by the way. So they are creating the 3D models and so on, giving to the dem developers, and they integrate it in the game, and with rigging and other stuff. So I am I my personally, as a graphic designer, I have great, let's say, visual, and I am guiding the whole the whole 3D models. I am guiding the whole thing, like make this character, make this face, make this nose, make this ace, make this sunglass, and so on. So, and they give me, let's say, and a result, and then I say it's not good enough, make these changes and so on. I do my research on YouTube, Google, or Pinterest, and find the right, let's say, concept, and give to 2D artist, to concept maker, and say, please create for me similar or kind of this beautiful character for the game. And then it's creating 2D model, and 2D model, it's after the, let's say, it's finished, then giving it to the 3D model. 3D model is the same problem. Then they need to make it, then I need to change it, make this, blah blah blah. And one day it's finished, then it's making rigging and put into the game. So it's a huge process, but it is what it is, and I love this what I do, because it's a project with heart, and I working very much a day, and something it is, if you do something what you love, it is not work anymore. It's a passion, and this is what Katana Inu for us, for me, and for Hamza, and for the whole team. And this is what makes it different. Why we give so much details on the game. Why we give the details on the swords or on the characters. Yeah. So if you do something what you not love, then somehow you could make it not good enough. So this is something what I wanna mention. So if you wanna touch something, please love it, or try to find someone who can do it for you. This is very important to give you as my part. Hamza, if you want, you can say something.
Yeah, sure. Marwan touched a lot of points. So if there is any builder who's out there looking for game development, or planning to develop a game and thinking about hiring an external studio or doing it internally, I think if you have the technical knowledge, or your co-founder has the technical knowledge, where you can get your team, align them, and make it in-house, it's always easier in the long run. But in the short term, as Marwan stated, that a team that has worked along together before with on several projects, they know each other. They know that, okay, Hamza will work on XYZ, and Marwan will work on ABC, and Yazdan will work on STV. So everybody knows their job, and when there is a studio, they are pretty aligned with each other. But when you create your own studio, there are much more opportunities that come arises. You can change, and managing a team that online is very difficult. You have to give a lot, you invest loads and loads of your time being online with them. Sometimes things don't go like you want, sometimes things go better than you expect. So it's like not 100% in your control, until and unless you invest loads and loads and loads of time managing an external studio. So that's what it is if you work with external studio or internal studio.
Yeah, really appreciate that. I want to just kind of take us into the direction of like what you guys are seeing as far as different visions of what Web3 gaming can become, right? Like what are you guys thinking as far as, you know, is Web3 going to become synonymous with gaming? Is gaming gonna, all of gaming gonna become Web3, or what does success really look like for you guys as far as Web3 gaming goes as a whole?
Marwan, would you like
You
to, or
can, if
should
you
I?
like, if it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, Web3 gaming will be gaming that will be a new era of gaming in the coming years, and there'll be no Web2 gaming for me, at least. Maybe you can say that I'm sounding very, what do you call it, but I'm very biased about Web3. I think it's on the same stage where free to play games were at one time. People used to say that we are not free enough to play free to play games. And today people say that we don't want to earn and we don't want to play to earn games. So that's where I see Web3. 60% of the market today is with free to play games. And in coming 5 or 10 years, I think 60 or 70% market will be with blockchain games. And it's not only about earnings, it's more about ownership. And imagine when there is decentralized game where people who playing the game can decide how the game should be. That can be very huge. I think we are not haven't matured at that stage up till now that we can create a true decentralized game, but I think we are going at that part at a very fast pace. And for us success, I think bringing 1 to 10 million players from web 2 to web 3 will be success for us.
How did you come to that number of a conclusion?
Well, it's not a number that is like very thought out. That's why it's a very wide range. 1 million to 2 million, there is a big gap between them. But I think like if we can bring in 1 million more people to the blockchain, we that will do a very good to the blockchain as well, to the space as well. So that's why that's actually that's my goal. Not like it's not like if we have like million players mix of web 2 and web 3, it doesn't mean that game has our game has failed, but bringing at least 1 million players to the blockchain, I think that will be a success, that I will feel that we have succeeded, we have achieved what we have like created the game for and put our so much energy and time into it.
Makes sense. Marwan, you maybe want to talk about your vision for what Web3 gaming can turn into?
Absolutely. For my personality aspect is Web2 is something. It's like in total, if you think about, let's say, cars or different things, we also need to have an update on that. And Web3 is for us, everyone here, the future, and it makes different from Web3 and Web2, of course. So the ownership, of course, is something which is very important. I mean, how many people from us are playing Web2 game and they buy something and after they stop the game like 1 2 years, it's then all the money is gone. So, and of course there are some games like Counter-Strike Source, no Global Office. They also, okay, you can also sell your skins, but still you are not the owner of that. This is something what I personally love in this space. That's why the difference between Web 2 and Web 3 are for me huge. And how we can do that is, of course, education with different, let's say, different topics. First of all, is earning money. Next topic is gaming, and gaming is biggest industry in the world, even bigger than movie and Hollywood and so on, and music industry. And I think gaming can bring some mass adoption to Web3 if the game is really make fun to play, and let's say like Fortnite or Apex Legends or Counter-Strike, then people will dive in slowly into that. What is this for a game, and what is the ownership of the skin? And slowly they can adapt it. And I think this is something which we should think about how we can get more. Let's say Hamza mentioned 1 million more to the blockchain.
What do you kind of see as like, because it looks as if, KatanaInu is one of those games where people come in and they get riled up and they're having a lot of fun. And like y'all said, it's like, a lot of adrenaline and really, getting people excited and whatnot. Do you kind of see do you kind of see that particular genre being, that particular genre being critical to the future, or that was just kind of the style that you guys really like the best? Like maybe you could talk a little bit about how you came to that conclusion.
Okay, the question is like why we are doing this kind of style, not another style. This is the question behind it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that style of game, and then as it pertains to like, maybe you can then talk about like what different types of styles of games you're seeing be the most important for that massive adoption on a big scale.
I see. Of course, first of all, we are human beings. We are different. Every taste of ours is different. You like maybe caviar, I like maybe meat, whatever. So in game also different. So there are a lot of people that love card games. A lot of people love, let's say, League of Legends, different of top-down camera view. So there are different games, and also Counter Strike or Valorant or whatever was different than Fortnite, like third perspective shooter and so on. So for my personality, why the question has to answer your division, is as I am a guy that also loves, let's say, martial arts and Jackie Chan and so on, and the melees, and also anime. So for my personally, I like either combination to make a game that's it's focused on sword fighting and melee attacks, and also with VFX attacks. Like I don't know how much you guys looking animes, but let's say shooting fires and so on. And this is something what I personally will play, and I also talk to many people also or supporter and that say this game remind me into my children's heart that they also wanted to play this kind of games, but there was not a game like that before, like Mortal Kombat, whatever. But still, Mortal Kombat is not like game like ours, so it's still a unique game, I think. So they are not these typical games, and you cannot find this game maybe one or two or three in the Web 2 space, but in let's say in Web 2 there are many, let's say 10, 20, like Fortnite, like weapons, like sniper or with like a gun. So that's why we think that we don't want to copy paste one by one the game like Fortnite. So we want to copy paste some ideas, some inspiration, but combine it with memes, combine it with let's say anime and so on. And this is what I think can be bring, let's say, not billions of gamers, but some millions of gamers. And of course, I mentioned before there are different tastes. Maybe many people will not play this game because they like, let's say, card games, or they like top-down games like League of Legends. So there's not this game will be the best game, but we know that Fortnite have the most players on the world. I do my research, and also Valorant have huge gamers, and Counter Strike as well. But League of Legends as well have a lot of gamers, similar to League of Legends, similar to Fortnite. I mean, and so they are different games. So they are different tastes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When you're thinking about your assets, obviously you have some NFTs, you also have some tokens. I think we've seen a lot of, just a lot of interesting ideas for tokenomics and how to bring value accrual to the different assets within your ecosystem. How are you guys thinking about that? What are the different assets within your ecosystem, and what are the value accrual ideas behind that?
Okay, I think Hamza had an internet problem. Can you please try to get him again as a speaker, please? So then I can answer, or Hamza can answer your question. Hamza, let me know if you can speak or have internet problems.
Just approved.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Probably he have again some internet problems. Okay, now he's there. Hamza, you want or
Yeah,
should-
you can, no problem.
Did you get the question? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about tokenomics
Okay.
and our economy. If you want, I can answer it.
You can do it. It's up to you. Then that you can speak. Hamza, okay.
Yeah, sorry about my internet, first of all, Ben, and thank you for giving me the mic again. So the tokenomics and our economy is like worked out very closely, and it's a very long, like 40 pages economy that uh, goes like with numbers and all the charts and what's happening while people are earning in the game. And still it's a work in progress until and unless we have our test net, it will remain a work in progress. So we will still figure out what will work the best, because we want to create a very sustainable game, not like other play to earn games that if the price of the token is going down, the player base is going down as well. There are too many tokens going out every day. So it's a very long thing, and it's something that we have worked very hard on it, because still we are every play to earn game or every blockchain game is still figuring out what will be the best, most sustainable economy for a game. And I think we got a secret sauce for it. And still it remains a work in progress. We plan to have a proper test net where people will earn tokens on the test net, and we'll see the gamers earning. We'll create charts the impact on our prices, if people are selling, and how many other peoples are joining. So that's something that will remain a work in progress.
One thing I want to add here as well. I already have an announcement of that. That in tournaments we will also have, let's say, like yeah, some entry fees, and with entry fees we also will automatically, because we need to check the legal stuff here. It's also important to mention here that also have a some burnings for the token, like automatically buyback and the burning for the tokens as well. Only for the legal stuff, of course, if it's allowed or not. So many things were also planned for some burnings and so on, and making the excitement of the game and the token as well for the investors.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think that brings us to a good question along the lines of roadmap. When are people going to be able to get their hands on Katana Inu, and what's sort of the plan for rolling out the game? Is it going to be in stages? If you could just paint the audience a picture on that.
Well, also a beautiful question. So the roadmap, it looks very separated, of course. So first of all, we had since 6 months a closed beta. We have it done, and we need to make the most finished stuff with the back end development. Since now we are finished with that, most of them, and we have some bugs, which is normal in games, and we are fixing it. We are fix a lot of issues and a lot of bugs, and end of the month we will fix most bugs, and from there on we will start for the open beta stage. And after the open beta stage, it will be only the team versus team, up to 5 versus 5, maybe 6 versus 6. We don't know about it. We need to check if it works. And then after that, we will start with development of the battle royale mode. And but if the many things like player progression, like ranking, everything is done, then the tournament, the battle royale mode will not take so much time. So the roadmap itself, currently we're also working in a very seamless wallet system that's bring people, or let's say players, without MetaMask, without anything, directly to the game can play, and they will create an own wallet address in backend with Mutable X, even with different chains we will work with. So this is currently a stage of our, let's say, wallets integration, and if it's done soon, then we can start onboarding a lot of players. And also we will start then with revenues, with NFTs and so on, let's say skins, weapons and so on. We've still not done that before. So after this wallet system is done, hopefully soon, then we will start the revenue with, let's say, with NFTs and so on. And then next step will be even better, with different roadmaps will come, like Battle Royale mode and different modes in the game, like capture the flag and so on. So we are trying to make a game like Web2 game. Hamza, you want?
I will add on that. Right now, if anybody holds our NFTs or tokens, can go on play.katanainu.com and download the game. Right now, it's not online because of the bugs and so on, but it was before, and soon it will become more. So, anybody here who wants to try out how the game looks, how the game feels, can check out our YouTube, and also can acquire, not a financial advice, but if he already has, or he can acquire some tokens or NFTs, he can go play.katanainu.com and play the game. We have very soon an announcement coming up. Like in Q1, we'll have our first on-chain tournaments. So I'm getting giving some like teasers to the public here. And after that, we plan to have our open beta, and then we plan to have like full release of the game in different stages.
Yeah, the game will never end to stop, Even in 5 years, we'll still do something. New animations, new combos, new VFX attacks. And also, even the attacks of VFX will be also NFTs. Like you are shooting fire, you can turn it into, I don't know, into another color, blue fire, you know what I mean? And this also can be an NFT. So this is something what we also approach.
And just to clarify, so you had a closed beta, then there will be another round of closed beta for NFT and token holders, and then the open beta. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, let me do it again. So maybe communication. Open beta, closed beta was already done in March this year, so 6-7 months ago, and people could play it, download it. We had already some thousand of downloads and play the game and so on, but somehow we stopped because of some bugs, and we said, okay, let's do it later. But still, people can download it and play 1 versus 1 only. 3 versus 3 is stopped, but 1 versus 1 is playing, so it's working. So the closed beta is still working, 1 versus 1, and so but this end of the month, we really hope that we can get the 3 versus 3 run as well, and with more updates, of course, with more animations, more VFX, more backend stuff, and so on, party system, and many things will also be updated with a new build. This is, and then we will work on the open beta for next year. Yes.
Okay, I appreciate the clarification there. Would also like to, direct it at the audience. If anyone has any questions for the KatanaInu team, drop that in the comment section below. I'll be scanning through there to pick out some questions to read, so you can get your answers. While we wait for those questions to trickle in, because of the stage that KatanaInu is in right now, where it's still, in this transition period between closed and open beta, and the token already being released, I think in crypto gaming, sometimes there can be some skepticism about tokens that have been released before the game is completely available to the public. Could you give some explanation around why the KatanaInu token is a vital part of the ecosystem?
Hamza, you are the guy for that.
Yeah, sure. So later down the line, all our in-game assets, our tournaments, entry fees, and all the stuff will be done with our tokens. And token being traded out there, it's been there since 2 years now almost. And people will have like faith that we are not here just to like for pumps and dumps. We are here to stay, and this gives a lot of security to anyone who's investing in token or buying the token, and it will be a very essential part in our game. Like all the in-game items they want to purchase. If they want to forge NFTs, they will have to have tokens. If they want to take part in the tournament, they'll have to have tokens. And that's why it's really an important and integral part of our game.
Yes, the next very important thing is we also are bridge to BSC. So in the future we will work, I mentioned before, with different chains like Polygon, like Avalanche, like different. I don't want to mention the names because some of them are still in progress and so on. And so we only try to get the biggest chains onboarding. We will also bridge to them. And what we also doing is we also will bridge to different chains, would also give us more value, and we will get support from the chains, like grants, like different marketing supports and so on. And from there on, I mentioned before, but let me repeat it, please. So if we get the Web2 players to a beautiful game like KatanaInu, which is makes it fun to play, and then we have, let's say, a beautiful, let's say, NFT on a different chain, and this chain can support it, and the rewards this time can also be granted in their chain as well as a bridge thing. So, and there are a lot of utilities, of course, for our token that's bring a lot of value. So this is just small ideas with that. So we also will create different maps for big chains that only on this, let's say, on this map, only this kind of chain holders can play on this map and so on. So this is just additional things. So there's nothing we focus on, but just if a chain want, let's say, communities, members from the chain, they can have their own map and they can play on that. So this is a lot of things we are planning and we want to do, and we are already in our progress. So yeah, a lot of more things, of course.
So I think that brings up an important part. A lot of founders, as well as token investors, are really trying to figure out, okay, what are going to be the big chains for gaming? You're going through a very similar mental process. So what are you looking for when you're deciding on chains for KatanaInu to work with?
Well, we look at the chain, how fast it is, transactions, how many transactions per second can happen on the chain, what's the fee. The lower the fee, the better it is for gamers. And scale, like I want to mention them here as well. We'll be on, or will our leaderboard will be on scale because it is gas free. Nobody has to pay the gas, and it's very faster than other blockchains. So when you're choosing the chain, do choose like the most fastest, most scalable, and the cheapest chain that will work on games. Other expensive chains won't work on while when it comes to gaming.
Yeah, so I want to add here something as well. What we also can do is and will do, so we will choose, let's say, main chains, and we can also change the chains later as well, as we have a multi-chain system. And for that, it's also important to understand that if you do, let's say, in tournament, let's say tournament for scale, tournament for Polygon, and the most things, let's say, leaderboard, kills and deaths will be on the chain as well. So it means we can choose per tournament a chain, and this is already something special for the chain. So we can work hand in hand on that. But if you're talking about the game itself, let's say, okay, let's forget the tournament. What about the complete, so the main chain? So main chain is we choose right now scale, as Hamza mentioned, and so there are still different objects and different transactions. We can still go with different chains. For example, kills and deaths, or let's say different things. We can go on different chains, and also the NFTs itself. So we can go with 100 different EVM chains. So there are no barrier on that. If we create on different chain an NFT, we can implement it into a game, and people can buy the NFT and play in the game as well. So multi-chain is very tricky, very difficult, but if it works, it's something very crazy. So, and there's no let's say the horizon, or let's say the future is bright if we can achieve the multi-chain aspect.
Thank you. Quick question from the audience. Pancake Chad Hooligan is asking, are you guys planning to partner or launch with any consoles like Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo?
Thumbs up, please.
Actually, we already have a partnership with the biggest console. I met them in Tokyo Game Show, Japan, and they loved our game. And at that time, we had the partnership. We took it. We already partnered with the biggest console out there. Can't say the name because we haven't announced the partnership yet. But yeah, you can expect us to be on consoles as well.
Yes, that's it. And of course, it will be also on consoles very soon as well after the release of the game. And by the way, Hamza mentioned Tokyo. We also had booths in different countries. In Istanbul, we had a booth. In Japan, we had a booth. In Germany, Cologne Gamescom had a booth. So we always had last year 5-6 booths around the world, in Dubai as well, 2-3 times. So we also are live. People can see us, can touch us, and so on. This is also very important for us.
Marwan, I don't like touching. I would mind if anyone touched me.
Okay, sorry for that.
Hey, well, good question from Pancake Chad Hooligan. Got a good answer there. Revealed some alpha. So thanks for asking your question. We're wrapping up here on time. Ben, is there anything other questions that you had in the holster?
No, I think we did a really good job from the beginning of covering it pretty completely. Anything else that you guys wanted to share about the project? I'm sure we can learn by going and digging deep on your Twitter as at KatanaInu, and that's KatanaInu on the Twitter X platform. So yeah, really appreciate you guys hopping on, jumping into the space with us and chatting about everything that you're doing. Really excited to get to dive into this stuff. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys are able to build. clearly you guys have been thinking deeply about this, and can just kind of feel your excitement here. So yeah, really looking forward to it and seeing what we guys are able to build over time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so
Great.
much for inviting us here today. And can I ask a question from our host, all the three hosts, and all the people here listening? By the way, don't forget to follow us, uh, join our community. Let's be strong.
Yes, so question, Hamza?
I'm asking them if I can or not.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you've got a question for us, hit us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your katana, guys?
Where's your katana?
Well, I guess we'll have to see. I do plan to do a trip to Japan sometime in the future, and I feel like my life won't be complete if I go there and do not ship a katana home. So that's my answer there. But
Great.
thank you guys again for joining. Big
Yeah.
thank you to the audience for coming out and supporting and learning. Definitely keep an eye on the events for all the citizens. We've got another packed week of AMAs coming up. This AMA will be available on our AMA podcast feed tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that, and you can get caught up on a lot of the podcasts that you missed, or a lot of the AMAs that you missed. But big thank you guys again. Thank you to the audience.
Thank you too. Thank you.
And everyone, have a great rest of your week. Thank you again, Ben and Damon, for all that you guys do.
Thank you guys so much from my
Thank
side
you,
as well,
guys.
Ben and Crypto, everyone. Neo Tokyo, appreciate your value here. Thank you so much for bringing so beautiful games together. Community is crazy. I love that. So we are also a family member of S1 Citizen. We also have NFT of Neo Tokyo. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Also for your time. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you so much.
100% appreciate it, you guys. Just want to give a shout out to Cryptotheus for all the hard work that you do, man. Thank you very much for everything you do for Neo Tokyo. And one final shout out to our sponsors, Playable Games. Go and check them out. They have some nodes for sale and have sponsored this episode to enable us to keep bringing you great content and bring up incredible speakers like the gentleman here from KatanaInu. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.